Hi, my name is Lisa James, and I'm getting ready to start my second 90-day challenge. And I want to be able to lose 10 pounds to help Project 10 kids gain healthy and nutritious meals. And right now, this is where my current weight goal is.
Weight count is 178. Thank you. I have lost it.
I am down 10 pounds.
10 pounds of clean water.
I won it!
$1,000, baby.
I've done it.
I'm back. I used to have a microphone. I'm just gonna act like I have one. Hello, Lindsay Jenkins here in Charlotte, North Carolina. 10 aspects of this. Everybody that was just standing up here, look at how many children that was able to help. And if you guys aren't quite familiar with Project 10, what we do is when you get started on the challenge, you literally shoot a video of you taking your weight. I know it might lead to divorce in the household, World War III.
She wanted to shoot me when I took her original picture. Trust me, she wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
Taste the shakes, and everybody tastes the shakes. Good. Good. Thumbs up. Good. I made it.
We have more if you haven't tried them yet. So if you haven't, let us know so we can make sure you get some.
So, the shake tasted good, and I'm an ex-athlete. So for me, I was programmed to, if it tastes good, it wasn't good for you type thing. So it's like, well, she's gonna do it, I'll try it. My first 90 days, I got 44 pounds. Went from a 253 to 209, 38-inch waist to a 32-inch waist.
And I have lost 84 pounds. My first challenge party on December the 28th, 2012. So,
And can I say something real quick? We did a World's Largest Challenge Party yesterday in Hickory, North Carolina, and Leah Goulds was at that challenge party, and she was actually the biggest loser of the entire challenge party yesterday.
Also 7 pounds, about 4 or 5 months. And I just went to the gym. I took my shake and I just worked out. I was just like you. My wife was running to me. I'm like, man, I got this 30 years and I got a bad back. I don't know what you think I'm going to do, but nah, that's just not going to work. But I took that shake for him. I lost 20. I'm doing a challenge. I lost 45 since then. 50 now. So 50 on the challenge, 20 on the shake, 70 total.
Mom, I'm 36 years old. And quite frankly, when you're married to this freaky nature, you better get your challenge stepped up. I had to step up my game, so Kyle's going to share his little testimony.
Like she said, a true story. I'm sure some of you in here didn't want anything to do with this the first time you heard it as well. Most of us don't eat breakfast. Make it running out the door. It takes a minute. You're out the door, you got your day started right, your nutrition started right, and all of this stuff starts to happen because you made that simple decision to stay consistent. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think we're probably good on product testimony. I did make it clear that he wanted nothing to do with this. We're going to go ahead and continue on with the rest of the video, guys, and we just thank you so much. Give you guys some a hand.
So I got into business thinking if I could make $500 a month, that could make a huge difference in our family's life. We pay $500 every week. It was really cool. Jeff said, you will love this, look at this. You know, and so show the back office, conversation, all that stuff. I mean, it's really cool. And we just, actually, they talked about ignorance on fire, and that's what we were. We were partying every night somewhere. We was talking to anybody we could come in contact with, and it really had to stop us for that. We've been able to bring some good friends into the business with us, which has been a blessing too. I've lost 28 pounds, 2 pound sizes. Awesome.
Sizes. My story was my pants were tight. I was not one of another pant size, but I lost 14. Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Beckie Saupé-Kohler, and prior to ViSalus, I was a single mom with 2 little kids, not receiving any child support for my children. I was self-employed. I own my own lifestyle coaching and personal training business, and I was doing really well. And then I ran into a major health issue, and I was not able to work for a couple of months. And I wanted to stay in the industry where I was going to be impacting people's health and their weight. I struggled with my weight for 18 years. I had an eating disorder, and that's the reason that I got into getting into personal training, lifestyle coaching, and like to be uncomfortable in your skin, and I don't believe in diets, but I believe it's all about lifestyle and changing everything about your lifestyle. When the challenge was introduced to me, I was down on my knees praying and searching for an answer that something could provide financial opportunity for me, but still keep me in the business of health and wellness. And the last thing I wanted to do was go out and get a job and work for somebody else, even though I was willing to do whatever I needed to do. And when I accepted the challenge, that was my answer to prayer. It's been a blessing ever since. We earned our BMW in our first month. I earned the position of ambassador 10 months later, and all while having to work a full-time job that I had to get. So if you can be a single mom with 2 little kids and not receive child support, have to go out and get a full-time job and work this part-time and earn a BMW paid for and a 6-figure income in a year, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Well, I'm gonna speak just briefly because there's a trend here. We had you all know my story or our story. So October 2011 was probably the worst day, really, for me being a husband, provider, what have you, because it was the day we walked into a lawyer's office and filed and signed the final bankruptcy paper. So a process that was like 6 months. And it was like one of those, it wasn't real until we signed the papers. But we walk out of the lawyer's office and this one here goes, oh, by the way, we're going to Atlanta in the morning. You were smoking crack. We just signed it. You know, it was like, to me, my brain was automatically already checked into how can we generate more money, not even realizing the blessing was right already in our lap. So the next day, driving to Atlanta, I lost that battle badly. I was extremely upset about that, but we walked into our first national event, and 13,000 people, mohawks, no suits, and loud music, and I'm like, what is going on? You know, this is crazy. I mean, that's it. I mean, yeah, green mohawks and like, I don't know what this is. It's high energy, just absolutely insane. But it was just this welcoming atmosphere, and it was something that I hadn't experienced before, especially at the time working at Verizon. It was a polar opposite. But we sat there that morning, and Nick, Ryan, and Blake come out, and they tell their story, and I got it. You know, instantly I understood that this was the answer.
ViSalus has been such a blessing financially, like he gave you the story on that. But now I get to practice better than watching it until they have to. And it's been such a blessing because I do have a passion for bodywork and I love it. And now I don't have to do 30, 40 massages a week, you guys. That's what I was doing to pay our bills. So we shared a Civic. We pawned my wedding rings twice, pay the rent, and we now both have a BMW. We make 6 figures a year, helping people get healthy, and we get to hang out with people with green mohawks. So.
I'm Allison Blair, T-Star Ambassador from Mooresville, North Carolina, and actually my mother-in-law is Galen's Aunt Carol that you heard us talking about. And 2.5 years ago, it was April 15th, tax day. Had a friend introduce me to a guy named Kyle Passetti. Anybody that's been by House knows that is. He's a top money earner. And somehow they tricked me. You probably noticed the trends here. Everybody's been tricked. So anybody come with a paper bag on their head? We were all tricked. So I was tricked into meeting with 3 founders of the company, Ryan, Nick, and Blake, and Kyle. And on the very first night, I'm the smartest one in the bunch because I said no to the first one, right? But I did. I said no the first night. And I always say thank God for Ashley. Ashley Sarnatola was actually a friend of mine now. And the only reason we got to be friends is we have a lot in common. She was a pharmaceutical rep for a number of years, and so was I. I showed up that night as a drug rep. I had been for a decade. And my best friend Mandy Alexander, some of you know Mandy, is a chiropractor as well. So between the 2 of us, we probably asked them every question we could about the ingredients on the back of the bag of shake mix. And they were trying to kick us out the door. They didn't even want us to join the company. But I desperately wanted to stay home with my kids. Some of you know, like Ashley, my husband and I didn't read the warning on the back of the bag about kids. So we have a 1-year-old, 7-year-old, and an 8-year-old. And all I wanted to do was stay home with my kids. So I was there again trading time for money, and I was also in an industry
pharmaceutical sales, and not to degrade the industry at all. But I was in an industry where I felt like I was more reactive medicine versus proactive, because I knew, and you guys know this, 2/3 of all diseases are preventable, and most of it's by lifestyle choices. And so my husband and I were athletes, we were competitive water skiers. I wanted to practice what I preached. And so when I joined ViSalus, we had no idea what God had in store for us. There's no price tag on the way it's affected just our family alone. Jeff and Galen are cousins. My mother-in-law, her Aunt Carol is a one-star ambassador. My parents, my dad lost 40 pounds. The stories go on and on for Milton. I mean, I can't even get you started. We have a saying in our family, and y'all probably heard some of me say it before, but we haven't told you about the challenge just because we don't like you, and I promise we're really nice people. But as you can see by the length of time that we all like to talk, we're really, really passionate about it. So it is the best thing that any of us have ever encountered.
Our whole premise is to get these kids moving. I heard on the radio the other day coming in that kids today are 30% less cardiovascular fit than we are. And the only reason it is because they're not moving.